So I will begin with the warmest, kindest, most dearest and trusting trader hug to all the aspiring traders, all the well-rounded, successful traders, all the future superstars of this industry. Welcome to another weekend edition of Stock Market Mutterings. Doug here with Trade with Doug. And as I always say, my mission and goal with each one of these is to take a grope in the murkiness, trying to make some sense out of the stock market, which can be challenging, and provide you guys with some quality trading opportunities. Before I get started, allow me just a brief moment, just a brief one, to do a shameless plug on two great things for your future. One is if you really want to be a successful trader, like a badass, not some hobbyist, oh, I'm okay here and there, but you want to knock down some stuff. You want to be somebody special. I mean, you are special, but you want to be special in the trading world. Go to tradewithdoug.com, click on the private trading community, join me live each day. Now, if you're a lover of the cryptos, you're a lover of the micro caps, you like the whole shorting thing, you're all into this, buying the big stuff and watching it rip 3,000%, welcome to the free penny pound. Sylvia Bellerock and I are running this great new live trading room where we're sharing our ideas, and it's absolutely free. So all the links are down in the description box. Just do it, all right? Just do it. If you want to get somewhere else, just do it. Now, let's talk about this market, because I bet it caught a lot of people off guard. And I have to be honest with you. You know, you got all these other people out there that act like they're professional traders, whom are professionals, that they got the edge everywhere. Okay, this one kind of caught me off guard too. I'm going to be the first to admit it. Admit when I'm right, admit when I am wrong. Now, we talked last week about the Fed. In fact, I did a video right after the Fed, and I explained why the market rallied. So if you didn't get a chance to watch it, watch the video. It's the last one I did. But let me just give you a quick brief synopsis here for all the new traders and everyone else that needs to hear this again. The market is a tool for trickery. I've said that from day one, ever since I've been doing videos on YouTube. It is designed to do the exact opposite of what you normally think it's going to do. And it makes absolutely no sense ever. So the market's running on Fed participation, QE, while the economy may not be doing as good as they're telling us. And then all of a sudden, everything seems horrifying. We've got a war. We've got a currency war going on as well. You've got commodity prices shooting through the roof. You got a Fed who just basically has zero answers for this. It tells us we're going to be out of this inflation by the end of the year. And we all know that's total bullshit. We're still getting smoked at the pumps and everywhere else that we go. And you're sitting right down here, and right before the Fed meeting, what do? You start rallying, putting everybody in a peculiar spot, and runs right on in. Well, what a rally. In fact, this was one of the most strongest bounces that we've seen in a very long time, probably since COVID, where you've had a bounce that was this vicious and violent. Now, we've also discussed in here that the biggest rallies come in bear markets. You always have to be careful. But again, the market doing what most people think it won't be doing. Probably while most people were shorting the market down in the hole, it kicks back and reverses. You always have to be careful with this. Now, it wasn't just that after the Fed meeting, also China stepping up, which we'll talk about some Chinese stocks. They've been going down for what seems like forever. They said they were going to support their stock market and do whatever's necessary, like a page from Jerome's book. And some of this stuff went stupendously high. Baba, Baidu, we'll talk about those in just a second. Let's talk about the market. Where do we go from here? Now, just as I said, the market is a tool for trickery and does the exact opposite of what everyone thinks. Let me do my analysis here. Once we broke out, I thought there was a really good chance that we would move up to about this, let's say 4370s. I'm just going to say 4400 zone. I thought we could definitely see a challenge from that area, especially after I did that video. This is where I was wrong. I thought we would actually have some trouble in that area. In fact, I was asked a question on Twitter about it, and I said, I believe we're going to struggle a little bit at that resistance. That was wrong. I mean, we blew right through that like it wasn't anything. And the market just went bell to bell. We've seen nothing but sell-off since this conflict started at Russia and Ukraine into the weekend. Not this time. Look, this thing closed right at the high. You had to turn the market off to get people to stop buying stuff. So again, very massive move. We'll see how futures open up on Sunday. There are two areas that we need to pay attention to. One is about right here where it sits, is this 44.65, which is from the February 14th, roughly this area. And then you've got this double top area, just about, let's say 45.50. Now, here's where I want to go with the tool of trickery. Looking at this, you have to think this is a short. I mean, really. None of our problems have been solved at all, whatsoever. In fact, they're probably getting worse. So you would think after such an aggressive, huge move that this is probably a short Monday. Now, it looks to me like that's obvious. And based on what I just said, that probably won't work because it's too obvious and most people are probably thinking about it, but we'll see. I would like to just watch that. I feel like I want to shift a little bit to short bias. I'm not saying that we're coming back down into here, but this is awful steep. So I feel that maybe what will happen is we will trade back and forth for through the remainder of this week. We may make a run to this 45.50, but I don't see us really moving much further past that in the short term. But again, man, would I be surprised? A little bit surprised, but I wouldn't be shocked if we actually ended up making an all-time high. Who knows? Market's been pretty resilient, but this was just basically a nice double bottom technical bounce, really strong rally. The question is, will it turn out like this? Let me clean this chart up so you guys can see. Where you had a really strong rally, a quick pullback, a retest of that rally followed by a sell-off, or did you get something similar that actually lasts? And if you think about it, the only real flushing that ever came out of this market was when the conflict started. I think this is right here when it was, is when the conflict between Russia and Ukraine started, the war, I call it conflict, whatever. And then the second one was right in here where you had the bombing or the shelling of a nuclear power plant. So you need some pretty significant stuff still to get underneath of that. And again, all the indices look the same way. NASDAQ looks the same way. S&P looks the same way. Let's just see how it opens up the week. Again, market's putting us all in a peculiar position. Now, I want to go start here with talking about some of these Chinese companies. BABA, who's been, I don't know, dead for seems like a century. Big move off of this one. Look at it, $73.28 back to its IPO price to $108, a $30 rally there. You also had Baidu. I think this one rallied about 40 bucks, 102 to 149, almost $50 actually. And you had some stuff, NEO and some other ones. And all truth be told, I was actually short NEO. I was short NEO before a lot of this stuff happened. And I got squeezed a little bit. So that's the way it goes. I did a pretty good job of managing it, but none of this stuff ever came about. Even tried some of the stuff in the penny pound. This DI was another one. Just fighting real hard with some of these shorts and eventually just gave up. The damage wasn't bad, but sometimes, that's what happens. Good, bad, ugly. You get caught on the wrong side sometimes. So where do we go from here? It's interesting about Chinese stocks. Long term, I think this matters nothing, and I'm certainly looking at a short. I don't know if that's going to be my first move for Monday. I don't want to underestimate how far these things can go, but they're getting close, and I will use technicals. I think maybe BABA here, maybe around 120 up into that range looks like something that's doable. And by the way, when I'm looking at all of these, keep in mind that even though this massive rally, that just kind of all that did was erase like the last week and a half worth of trading up to that point. I mean, look, it was pretty deadly up to that point. So they were very, very oversold. Maybe 120 on this one. Baidu, maybe 160. You get up in these areas. I think those would be good shorts. As far as longs, there's a possibility that's available there too. Not my style to do that. I feel like I am late for longs. That doesn't mean they won't go higher. That's just how I roll. To each their own. I'm not saying that's a right way or a wrong way. But for me, I'd rather find something that's on the bottom, which is very difficult. But if we could go back to some of the growth stocks who have suffered, you have your PayPal's, PYPL, excuse me. I mean, look at these massive moves on some of these growth stocks. Peloton even had a bounce. So I don't know right now. I feel that right now, these were just short squeezes, that people were short and the rally was so powerful that it never really gave them I mean, look, there's no pullbacks here at all in the intraday chart. Really never gave shorts an exit here. So that's understandable. To me, I guess what I'm saying is going to have to wait through the first hours of Monday to kind of see where we open up and what the enthusiasm levels are. I feel that we're capped a little bit here to the upside. We could either use a rest in this market to confirm this rally or a little bit of a pullback. But hey, maybe you don't get that. Maybe it just goes straight running. I don't know that answer. That's why I use charts. So you do have a lot of these. Now, if there's one I feel I want to sneak into a short, I'm interested in this SQ. This, man, again, I'm going to scratch my head on this one. This thing was $90 to 140. I mean, man, you want to talk about a beast of a move, like $50 a share. This thing was only is $82 the other day. That's like 40%, 30% romp in a week here. That's massive. I'm going to say that's a short squeeze right there. And this could open the door for that. So here's the plan going forward. You're going to see a lot of charts. They're all going to have the same things on them. Let me reverse that. Let me try to give you something a little bit better. Market-related stocks, growth stocks, your FANG names. I think these are just short-term bounces. But I'm not 100% convinced right now where I'm just going to throw all of my money into that garbage first thing. I'm not going to underestimate the power of a rally there. Same with the market. Same way with Chinese stocks. I feel there's a really good short opportunity there. But I'm not sure Monday, Tuesday, or maybe Wednesday is the right time for that. The time will come. But I don't know if it's right now. And I'm not really interested in longing those. Not that it's a good idea, bad idea, or you're right, I'm wrong, whatever. Just saying that's the plan I'm having. A lot of these energies still look good. EGY, these are looking pretty good here. Eagle, EGLE, uranium, UROY here, I think that's what it is. These still look like they have room again. I don't think we're out of our commodity problems. I think what you saw with gold, what you saw with oil, you're going to see a re-rally. That was just a pullback, and I think you're going to see some higher prices because I don't think anything has been solved. It's just a bear market rally. I could be totally wrong with all of this, and that's okay. I can be mentally wrong, which I am a lot, but you don't have to be financially wrong, if that makes sense. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching this video. If you need help, visit Trade with Doug. Go into the trade room. You can always visit me in the penny pound as well. That's free. If you're willing to take your game to the next level, I'll do what I can to help you. Just be a little bit cautious on Monday. Give it time to settle in. It's going to be a high emotional time, but we'll see where things go, and we'll find our way through it before the week is over. So take care. Trade well. I'll talk to you guys soon. Cheers.